What is going on, guys? It is me, Adam Selvig. So today, we are here to have a little fun with some artificial intelligence. We are going to try out and have artificial intelligence answer some Sonic the Hedgehog and My Little Pony questions. Specifically, questions that we can use to ask the artificial intelligence to answer questions about some things. Like, I'm still uncertain of what I could get out of artificial intelligence because I did, however, had some interesting results with artificial intelligence when it comes to images. For example, basic testing showed that the artificial intelligence could make a pretty decent Sonic and Rainbow Dash image of a wedding. So we got Sonic in a nice black and white tuxedo, Rainbow Dash in a decent gown. Pretty basic. And I tried again with a transparent background image and looked pretty decent. Kind of wish that it just had Rainbow Dash's smile not be what it went with, but still, artificial intelligence is just doing what it's got to do, I guess. So depending on exactly how you look at things, yeah, that's where it's at, and let's see. So let's see. First, I gotta do is I gotta. Okay, why is that not working? Let's see. Okay, so that's working. Okay, so welcome, guys, welcome. So we can close that. So then, of course, we need to. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it is working. No, you are not late. I only just started. It's only been like 5 minutes, and the whole. I haven't really started yet. I'm just waiting for some people to other people to join in just to see how this goes, because then we can actually move on to the real fun part of this, where we can either have a full on authentic debate or conversation with artificial intelligence about some stuff like Sonic the Hedgehog and My Little Pony. And after trying out a few things with AI, it does require some work, but it didn't entirely disappoint. Like, for example, this first rendering of Sonic the Hedgehog bowing down politely is pretty decent. However, it did fail to properly make his arm peach, as well as got rid of this white gap between his back spikes. But that got fixed, but still had some issues because artificial intelligence is not human, so it's still in works because artificial intelligence is just not. I mean, it's pretty interesting how it functions, but other than that, just gonna wait for a bit for some other people to join in. And what plans do I have for this series? Am I going to use AI? It's debatable. I mean, I've only been up since 4 a.m. last night to try out AI and see what it could come up with and see what it could do. And in fact, I've actually saved myself some notes on what I was thinking of. So let me first get there. Well, no, I can't entirely reveal everything because I can't entirely reveal those notes because, well, in fact, I actually pretty much kind of can. In fact, I could, because the series is not entirely set in stone. Like, for example, these are just some ideas of some episodes for the season. Like, for example, basing the final four episodes uh, on some ideas. So the artificial intelligence kind of had something, but at the same time, though, it kind of did not really provide anything effectively interesting. So what I got here is just some random scrap of artificial intelligence that was able to uh, maybe do a little bit of something. So it just depends on who you ask. The weakest version of Sonic. I do not entirely know. It's really hard to say. So, I'm gonna give like maybe until 10 minute, another few minutes, and or a few seconds, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start having a conversation with the artificial intelligence. Okay, I can definitely ask artificial intelligence on what I could ask the artificial. I can ask the artificial intelligence on. I could ask the artificial intelligence on what that could be like. So I'll actually go ahead and get that started. Well, this is artificial intelligence, so we got to also be explicit. So, what kind of series are we looking at? Comics or video games? Okay. Comic sounds all right. Sounds interesting. All right. Let's give that a shot. In a crossover comic with Sonic the Hedgehog and My Little Pony, is it possible for Sonic and Rainbow Dash to be married in a comic crossover series?
That's definitely an interesting idea since crossovers often let creators play around with the characters and the universes in a unique way. It could definitely be possible. It all comes down to the storyline and how the creators want to portray it. So there's definitely room for creativity.
Okay, pretty interesting. All right, so I'm gonna take a shot at something Sonic related. So let's try this out. Who is the better voice actor for Sonic, Jason Griffith or Roger Craig Smith?
Ooh, that's a classic debate. Both have their own unique style. Jason Griffith voiced Sonic for quite a while and brought a lot of energy and charm to the character, while Roger Craig Smith has a slightly different take, a bit more mature and cool. It really depends on personal preference, but they both did an awesome job with Sonic.
Hmm, interesting, interesting. Um, uh, any other ideas on what we can ask artificial intelligence? Maybe a theme song for this for my series. Well, could definitely try that out. See. Ooh, Sonic's strongest form. Well, let's start. I'll ask what. Let's see what artificial has to say about Sonic's strongest form. What is Sonic's strongest form?
Sonic has a few powerful forms, but his strongest is often considered to be supersonic. When he uses the power of the Chaos Emeralds, he transforms into this golden, invincible form. It gives him enhanced speed, strength, and immunity to damage. So it definitely takes the crown for his strongest form.
So I'm gonna follow up that question with the inclusion of hypersonic because hypersonic is actually objectively the more strongest form. So let's go ahead and follow up on that. So does that include the fact that hypersonic is actually and objectively more stronger than supersonic?
Yeah, absolutely. Hypersonic is a step above supersonic. He also uses the Chaos Emeralds, but he's even more powerful with enhanced speed, invincibility, and a sort of extra boost that makes him almost unbeatable. It's a pretty awesome form.
Well, there we go. Um, what about Supersonic 2 from Sonic Frontiers? Well, we can try that out. What about Supersonic 2 from Sonic Frontiers, the Final Horizon DLC? Is that a stronger form than hypersonic, or is that lower than hypersonic?
Supersonic 2 from the Sonic Frontiers Final Horizon DLC is definitely very strong, but a lot of fans still consider Hypersonic to be even more powerful, though. And terms of pure strength, hypersonic still holds the crown.
Hey there. I've got a
Hey, what's up? Feel free to ask me about any.
Interesting. Very interesting. So, well, hypersonic is still stronger than that one, than supersonic 2, so that's impressive. Let's try theme song. Well, I'm not entirely going to focus too deep on doing something like that because I'd rather have the full-on ability to just be basic. Like, this is just a matter of seeing what artificial intelligence could say about Sonic the Hedgehog and My Little Pony. So, I'm gonna let's maybe just stick with when it comes to within the universe. Is Rainbow Dash faster than Sonic? Ooh, that's an interesting debate. Let's find that out. Is Rainbow Dash faster than Sonic?
Rainbow Dash is definitely one of the fastest ponies in the My Little Pony universe. She's known for her speed and her ability to perform the Sonic Rainboom. So yeah, she's super fast.
Okay, so even though despite the fact that AI did not really properly give a valid argument, so I'm going to follow this up, though, with a little bit of a response. So even though Rainbow Dash may be fast, what scientific evidence shows that Rainbow Dash is faster than Sonic?
That's a fun comparison. Rainbow Dash and Sonic are from different universes, so it's all in good fun. But if we look at it scientifically, Sonic the Hedgehog is famously known for his incredible speed, even faster than the speed of sound. Rainbow Dash is super fast too, but Sonic has a bit of a legendary status in terms of speed. It's a fun debate, though.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I did not want to do that. Failed update conversation. Okay, so that's fine. Like, that's fine. That's fine. So, well, not really. Rainbow Dash can reach Mach 8, while Sonic is base faster by Mach 12. Yeah, I mean, well, the other thing is, though, is that Sonic can even go faster if he chooses to exceed the speed of light. I mean, there's an entire video of how fast the YouTube video called Excalibur 596, where Excalibur 596 has explicitly explained how fast Sonic could go. I mean, being that every time that he keeps going even faster, he was much slower in the Dreamcast games like Sonic Adventure, Adventure 2. So there's that. So there's that of a possibility. Let's see. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Archie Sonic is probably more stronger, but at the same time, though, Hypersonic doesn't really appear much, so it couldn't hurt to find out. So, let's see. Out of the two, which is stronger, Archie Comic Sonic or Hypersonic?
That's a fun comparison. Hypersonic is generally considered stronger because it's an upgraded form of supersonic with enhanced speed, invincibility, and a bunch of other abilities. Archie Sonic, on the other hand, is quite powerful and has a lot of feats, but Hypersonic usually takes the crown in terms of sheer power.
Oh, there you go. Hypersonic is still tops it. I mean, despite the achievements that Comic Sonic has, Hypersonic is still powerful. I mean, it's evolutionary Chaos Emerald, evolved Chaos Emeralds that enhanced Sonic to be basically 7 supersonic multipliers. Ask about Sonic inside Twilight. Oh, the human dynamic. What kind of question should it be? Romantic dynamic. Okay, well, we can try and find out. I'd like to ask about the romantic dynamic between Sonic and Side Twilight.
I couldn't find any information on a character named Psy Twilight in the Sonic universe. Could you please provide more details or clarify who you're referring to?
Side Twilight from My Little Pony Equestria Girls, specifically. She is the human version of Twilight.
It looks like there's no direct crossover or established romantic dynamic between Sonic and the human version of Twilight from My Little Pony. It's a pretty unique idea. If there's a specific fan theory or something you had in mind, I'd love to hear about it.
What kind of romantic dynamic would Sonic the Hedgehog and Rainbow Dash from My Little Pony Equestria Girls have?
Oh, that would be a super interesting pairing. Both Sonic and Rainbow Dash are known for their speed and their competitive spirit. I can imagine they would have a really fun, dynamic relationship full of friendly competition and mutual respect for each other's abilities. Plus, both have that confident and adventurous personality, so I think they get along really well.
It's kind of it's really interesting how artificial intelligence sometimes comes up with the most some of these things. I do not entirely get how artificial intelligence works, but still, AI being AI that it is, it's able to do quite a bit. So, super form from My Little Pony super form for Sonic. Interesting. Let's give that a shot. What kind of super form would Sonic get from the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic universe, specifically from the elements of harmony?
Oh, that's a creative idea. If Sonic were to tap into the elements of harmony, I could imagine him gaining a form that combines his speed and heroism with the qualities of the elements. It could be something like Harmony Sonic, who would have a perfect balance of kindness, loyalty, honesty, laughter, generosity, and magic. It'd probably make him even more heroic and maybe give him a magical glow or something special. Definitely a fun concept.
What about in power, though? What kind of abilities would this Harmony form give to Harmony Sonic if he were to hypothetically tap into the power of the 6 elements of harmony from the My Little Pony series?
In terms of power, Harmony Sonic would probably be incredibly wipeouted. He'd likely have enhanced speed and agility, but also a strong sense of empathy, making him more into with others and possibly able to heal or protect his friends. He might also have a bit of magical ability like controlling elements or even creating protective barriers. It'd be a neat mix of speed, compassion, and a little bit of magic.
Well, there you go. It's artificial intelligence. Well, Not sure what else to ask. Like I'm already running out of ideas because let's maybe move on from Sonic and Rainbow Dash because it'll probably give the same answers. Shadow and Sunset Shimmer. If Sonic is stronger than Princess Celestia. Well, I mean, I don't really think it would be necessary to ask the AI about whether Sonic is in fact stronger than Princess Celestia because Princess Celestia is, well, you know what? What the heck? Let's find out. Is Sonic the Hedgehog stronger than Princess Celestia from My Little Pony?
Comparing Sonic and Princess Celestia is definitely interesting. Princess Celestia is an alicorn with the ability to move the sun and has a lot of magical prowess, which is pretty formidable. Sonic, on the other hand, has incredible speed, strength, and a variety of super forms. It's a tough call because they come from very different universes with different roles. Each one is basically at the top of their own realm, so it's kind of a fun hypothetical debate.
Well, there we go. Sonic. Well, there we go. Now let's move on to Shadow and Sunset Shimmer. Would the what the relationship between Shadow the Hedgehog and Sunset Shimmer be a good dynamic?
That would definitely be an intriguing dynamic. Both Shadow the Hedgehog and Sunset Shimmer have a bit of a darker, more complex past, and they both have a strong sense of determination and a bit of an edge to their personalities. I think they could understand each other on a deeper level and maybe help each other grow and find some redemption. It could be a very compelling and balanced relationship.
Well, as ChatGPT says it, there we go. Said that I had like 5 minutes left of that voice function, so yeah, I am very proud of that dynamic. I'm very proud of what the ChatGPT could do. So okay, well I can try it out and see. Not really too a fan of having to type this because it can really be a pain in the butt. So let's see. Not sure if you guys can see it, but I'll try to make it a little bit more bigger just so that. Yeah, there we go. It's possible that Fluttershy and Tails could be a good couple, I guess. Like I said, this was just a matter of trying out something that could help out. So, or it was just to see what artificial intelligence can come up with. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably call it in because I would like to. Oh, did it, huh? Well, let's take a look. That's 1K views, but it needs to hit 2,000. Family Guy. I'm not really sure how Family Guy is relevant because I mean, I used to watch Family Guy, but I am kind of sick and tired of it. So, what AI will I use for the series? Well, it's a working progress at the moment. Like I am, uh, I mean, I realistically do not know if I will because artificial intelligence is still a tool and it's. Sorry, was up since 4 a.m. and uh, honestly, I do not know. If I can figure out how to get artificial intelligence to do better voice work, like voice acting, then I would consider trying it. But still, at the same time, though, it's something that you need that I need to work on. Like I can get artificial intelligence to do pretty decent voices, like if you're talking, but like I've been trying to do some singing tests with artificial intelligence. It's still not really looking too promising. So for at the moment, voice acting is probably the best option, and singing is going to probably be left out. Like, I don't know. Am I going to make another series or spin-off series? If the idea sticks, I've been kind of thinking about it. Hey, how's it going, man? Nice to see at least a little bit more traffic is coming in. You missed out on some AI tests, so I don't know if you're still. I don't know if you saw them, but AI is AI is still working in the progress. Speaking of which, I gotta. Honestly, that was a pretty good song that you sent me. I still think there might be something better to it. Let's see. I gotta. Need to, I need to ask artificial intelligence. Later, Jay. I guess I'll figure out the artificial intelligence stuff later. But yeah. Well, I mean, I dropped $10 on Suno just to even try something because I felt like the only reason why we didn't have such good luck with the songs that we've created on Suno with for free had been kind of limiting. So I dropped $10 for a monthly use of 2,500 credits, so that and a little bit more better features and better qualities to it. So, um, I mean, with the beta songs that you've made in the past, I feel like if we tried something else with the money I dropped into it, it could maybe turn out to be a bit more better. Have you thought of reusing a song from a Sonic game? Um, you know, an original theme song would be pretty cool for the series. Like, it's not even from like an original theme song would be pretty cool, because it won't be from like a already used song. Like, I kind of wish that I knew about this stuff earlier, like when I started my series, because then it would have been a real more interesting. It would be more of an interesting project to do. Um, so I am not entirely sure yet, but I mean, Arthur the Vamp Cat suggested the idea, and we made some beta tests. Like, some of them had some really good vocals, some of them had really good tunes, but sometimes they always had a little static. Sometimes they always had like a little mess up to it. So it was kind of frustrating. Um, so I'm not 100% certain on exactly what could be done about an original theme song. So, well, sorta, but I thought, well, let's take it to a more higher level where I drop $10 just for 1 month's use of its features and credits to have a much more better artificially made song that could actually do better. So not only do we have, from what I've seen, it looks like we got a lot more better features to it. And right now I'm just kind of thinking of lyrics and ideas, and I haven't really, I mean, I've kind of had some thoughts. I'm gonna bring up the documents for it. Like, I've only picked out, like, I had, like, last night I had artificial intelligence help me with lyric ideas for just when it came to the character mention names. Like, Sonic runs with lightning speed, Rainbow Dash matches Born to Fly High, Twilight's wisdom lights the way to the end, then Applejack stands honest and true, Knuckles strikes with power through, Pinky laughs, the dark can't win, Tails builds hope again and again, Fluttershy, gentle strength concealed, Rarity, sharp as diamonds, unbreakable shield, Shadow, the Hedgehog, protector, strong silent guardian, where the brave belong. Still a work in progress at the moment, so it it depends right now. Like being a vocalist of my caliber, it's something more of like if a song already is done. I like I never really told anyone this, but I can sing pretty decently. Like, I can sing really good with songs that I'm very familiar with. For example, New Divide from Transformers 2. That's one of my best songs. Crush 40. Some of the tunes from Crush 40 is just as good. it just depends on the song. So, um, yeah, I would like a high quality of theme song for the series that's actually original. That isn't a already done song like for season 2 of the series. I did Power Rangers Dino Charge, which I kind of wish I did Dino Thunder because I like Dino Thunder a lot more than I did Dino Charge because I don't know. I mean, I think this Dino Thunder song was just so much more better. But still, the damage is done. You know, I wanted to fix season 3, season 5, and 6 because they were just so crazy short. I really wish that I did a little bit more for them. And at the time, though, most of the episodes were just unscripted, random, generated ideas that came out of my head on what I was doing. They were based on a bunch of concepts. Like, for example, season 3 was just based off of Dawn of the Duel, sort of, from Yu-Gi-Oh! And then season 5 was supposed to be a time travel episode where Sonic gets sent to an alternate timeline where, depending on uh, what happened to Sonic, he would get sent to a point in time where Equestria was destroyed, and it. So. Yeah, I mean, I I'll I can do that. Like, that was kind of the idea because the whole idea was that if I dropped $10 just so that I could have like a lot more better authentic features and ideas, so better tools to use and definitely more higher quality because it's been said that Suno would have better qualities to it. So we can talk about that later. Would animation be possible? Um, it's not entirely impossible. It can be possible. The problem is that I don't really know whether when it comes to people who would want to do it because of how much animation could cost. Like, it's like I've even placed an ad for like hiring a animator who can animate for me. So it was. I mean, the idea can be possible if animation were to be legitimate. Like, I honestly would like a My Little Pony style animation for the series where it's based off of that. Like, I kind of been debating on whether if it should be just the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic animation or the 2017 movie animation. So it's not impossible, but I would like to eventually introduce something a little bit more original rather than just already used clips and cutscenes from either video games or established movies or TV, you know? So, I'll be live for another 15 minutes, then I gotta go. I need to get myself some grub to eat and fix this fix this arm for my mic because it's so. Hmm. Well, I mean, I can give it a try, but problem is, though, is that most people would want to be paid for that kind of work because animation takes a long time. But thanks to my YouTube channel scheduling, it's not really that important because this is just a hobby for fun. And so, if I really wanted to put money into this, I would want to find a way to get paid off of this. So this channel is not really that financially profitable, so it really would depend. So, so yeah, I've except the partner program. I've looked into it. The partner program would have to constitute some financial requirements, or at least I think. Like I don't. I know I looked into this before. I'd have to look into it again because it's been a while since I've even bothered looking into this. So, I mean, I'll have to try. Uh, so I'll have to find out and see. Any other things you can do for the series? Well, when I started the series, all I had was just a crappy iPad that the app I use, Perfect Video, I still use that. It's still a good app, other than maybe a few downsides to it where it can't hold more than like maybe 3 images before the app crashes, so that's unfortunate. I've had to use another app called Wordle, which allows me to make multiple uh, still images that could allow me to do a lot of other things. Like it allowed me to I don't know exactly how. I'm gonna go ahead and actually pull up a episode th- that yeah. All right. Later, dude. It's great having you around. So so I want to do something. Let's see. I'm gonna show off. Let's see. So So, Warble is basically what I used here, where basically I could take any transparent background image and then apply some kind of effects that are optional. Like this was a trial of trying to make like a relatable, try to make a as close as I can to make a version of the space time rift from Sonic 06 in a sense. So, and you know what's interesting is that I kind of ran out of ideas for uh, episodes 8 and 9, and so what was an interesting fact is that I actually used the name of Secrets of Dark Magic is actually based off of a Yu-Gi-Oh card called Secrets of Dark Magic, which is a Dark Magician fusion spell, quick play spell that allowed me to either fusion or ritual summon a monster had to use Dark Magician. And then of course, the 8th episode, Into the Realm of Eternal, that one is actually based off of a Warcraft mission, specifically the Undead campaign called Into the Realm Eternal. So that's also based off of that. So some of the episodes will actually be based off of quite a bit of other sources. Like some names will actually be. So it really depends, but oh man. Okay. Well, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it short since people are leaving, and I don't think there's any reason for me to stick around. So, thanks guys for joining me on this little journey of artificial intelligence and discovery, and see what we could actually come up with this. So it'll be nice to see what more we can come with.